So it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour. It is that time. It's Sunday on the Patriot Tech, our backup. Welcome, everybody. We got Legacy Truths, Ben in the house. We got David Woodruff, a couple of the mods here. Thanks for joining us. I'm sure everyone's busy enjoying their weekend, but we decided to pop in just for a little bit, give you a couple of updates, and just shoot the shit a little bit. No agendas. No agendas. All right, we got Ben in. We're going to jump right on in here, folks. All right, what is going on, brother?
What is up?
All right, we got Randy Robbins, Amy the Mod in the house. Yes, folks, we got
I just was gonna say,
they're asking about the studio here, the new camera. There's our new camera. Me and Ben are gonna be messing with, doing some. This is awesome. It's a wide angle, super wide, crisp. We can do our live streams right from it. So I'm using it for the next 6, 8, 7 months
good
as well.
Yeah, give you the old super wide.
And then I have placed some different cameras. Got stickers. You guys want to send in some stickers? Send some here. I'll be happy to display some.
We do have some open real estate. While it's still open, better get something in there before it gets all filled. Healing and resticking, depending on how much swag comes on in.
Super chats here for everybody.
Oh yeah. What's up, Amy the Mod? All of our mods, man. David Woodruff, Amy the Mod, Legacy Truth. Oh yeah, I'll tell you, Randy Robinson, Danielle Bird. All you guys are awesome. It's crazy. Crazy things are happening this last few days.
Yeah, I agree.
Little banners. It's.
I agree. Spyzinski, hi from Oklahoma. Okay, so Danielle's in the house. Hey, just waiting on the hurricane. This is a repeat. So, yes.
Yeah, so is it not...
Are you in the area they're telling you to evacuate, Danielle? I mean, I don't know exactly where you're at, but...
I mean, I know this is like you guys' quote-unquote hurricane season. In the desert, you have like the monsoon season. And it's something, you kind of... But we don't know if this is like a little bit larger than normal. We're here in Category 5, which is one of the largest categories we have so far. I would speculate. Would you agree there, Mike?
No, yeah, no. The Category 5 so far in the books are saying this is
it, or it's fallen in there. So it's a pretty big one.
And I guess it's
definitely our prayers go out to the southeast. All you guys out there, hunker down, do what you guys to do. I know you guys are used to the hurricanes, but
yeah.
So
Simone in the house, and Randy. We got our mods, Amy, and the mods. Good stuff. So, oops, what did I just click on? Stadium effect seen in Category 5 Hurricane Dorian's eye as monster storm makes landfall in Bahamas. Stadium effect.
What is it like? You sit like in a bowl area in the stadium where it's like just in there is a Category 5.
Let's see what they're.
What is it? Category 200 mile an hour winds, something there about. There you go.
Oops. You guys probably can't hear that.
There you go. Cat 5 equals 200 miles an hour or more. That's what this lady, Hurricane Hunter spot stadium effect inside Dorian's eye amid extremely dangerous winds.
So in the center of the Hurricane Dorian, the eye of the storm just reveals how powerful it is. The National Center said at 5 p.m. on Sunday, Eastern Standard advisory, that Dorian was a Category 5 storm with sustained winds of 185 mile an hour. It was moving west at 5 mile an hour, located 95 miles east of Freeport on the Grand Bahama Island in the Bahamas. So yeah, I was just there on Freeport. I was on the lesser known of, the couple of different islands. Yeah, you got Nassau, which is more known as the more party, loud jet skiing resorts. But we went to the old kicked back Freeport, awesome place. Had the beach to ourselves most mornings. The family just, and here they are getting blasted, or getting close to. This is earlier, but
exactly.
Wow.
I was also talking to a buddy of mine not too long ago, actually here a few hours ago, and they were some of the farmers out here are all kind of, there's a rumor, down the grapevine that this winter's going to be another doozy. Yeah, look at that. Wow.
So they were in there like that National Hurricane Center. Here's a look at what scientists called the stadium effect inside the eye of Dorian. It's all sunny in there. And
see, those pilots are doing crazy.
So this is from
it looks all beautiful, just some crazy clouds out there. Oh, Randy Robbins, but 4.2 miles away from water. Yeesh.
Look at that bad boy.
Down the hatches right there.
It's just going to be coming on up.
So I'm pretty sure the whole eastern seaboard, obviously Florida, Georgia. I mean, we're talking all of them is going to get hit real hard. And it's like, who knows, the whole eastern seaboard is going to get effect of it, then go on to Middle America. And so
like you said, over here in the Gulf, they're getting some just shit weather as well.
I mean, that thing's so big. I mean, just blowing right over Florida. I mean, so the whole after effects, it gets crazy. So not only Texas, Louisiana, I mean, you're talking all I mean, just crazy up in there.
Little Cat 5. Well, God bless everybody in the path of that. And I hope, we were discussing that earlier, the man-made versus is it just natural, or has it been umped up by man-made stuff? Was it something that naturally occurred that they, when they do they jump on board when they're just a small tropical thing and they're like, hit it a little bit? Use
the Doppler to, boost it up a bit. Yeah, who knows? I mean, at this point, we got to question.
It's like a false flag. I mean, if this is people do die in false flags. Doesn't mean that nobody died. Not always. If there's proof of that, but when we know that a shooting happens at the school, we're like, oh, I would think it was the this person doing it, and it's like, well, did people really die though? It's like, yeah, but still, we're trying to get to the bottom of a story. But bottom line is, like we said, if this is going to come knocking on your door, do you want to be around? Man-made, natural-made, whatever. Take precautions is all we're saying.
Oh yeah, obviously those on the beachfront areas got to be more precautious than those who are on highland.
Definitely.
And if we can, we can see this all like this. This can be applied to politics. It can be applied to food storage, to all this kind of stuff. And so, I mean, we know that if you guys are watching this, obviously you guys are the ones who have already been prepared. Our motto is, preparation favors victory. And so that's what we're always about over here, is coming out on top and being victorious. So I know you guys are all prepared, so Pete Phillips, first thing to think about is the European model.
Randy's the dot. She said Randy Robbins. I'm the dot above the two. So that little black dot, Williamton area. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we pray for all of you guys. Do what you got to do. Now, the last time the one, I believe it came on the bottom of Florida and took a wild turn and was going up the back coast of Florida in the Gulf. It took a wild turn. It was looking to hit the same way, but it ended up like scooting across the Keys, Florida Keys, and then kind of coming up
It's
the back
moving at
side.
like what they say 5 miles an hour, so they're trying to project it, but every 5 miles it could move, and we don't, it's like it's always constantly so.
It could get
I
from
mean, I'd
the
rather be
5
talking about the
to
storm
break
coming.
up. Could break up at 4. Could break up at 4. Could stop at 3. It could never go to 1. This is all projected that we're looking at. All right, so we could see the whole thing completely dry up and stop at the 4 once it hits the 4 area, and then never really work its way up the coast. I mean, I'm just saying, there's all kinds of. Not a weatherman.
But
they're
there is
wrong.
a lot of things happening. Everything from just the latest Texas shooting, the guy rampaging, I guess, on the highway,
Yeah,
shooting
you
up
pull that
people.
up.
I mean, it's like
So that was down in
this
Texas
is
today, or was there one in Boston?
Yes.
Texas shooting. Woodman's in the chat, I guess they're saying here. I didn't see him yet.
What is up, Woodman?
What's going on, Woody? Woodman?
Oh, Woodman. I mean, it just goes to show you the amount of chaos happening, not only on our society level, but even in even just in nature. It's crazy. We talked. I was originally born in the desert area, and this time of year, this would be our monsoon season, and it would rain. I mean, like something fierce, and a lot of the culverts and old river beds that were all dry for, like, we're talking 9, 10, 11 months out of the year. For that 1 month, they would literally flood and get feet deep, and people would die every year from flash floods in the desert. And that's during the monsoon season. And it was something that we all knew about and prepared about, and some years were more dangerous or than others. And so, I mean, we know these things, they do have a cycle. I do believe in climate change. Like in the summer, it's hot. In the winter, it turns cold. In the fall, it turns
We got
not
4
as cold.
seasons around.
Spring.
Yeah.
I like. And in there, it was raining earlier today, and now it's not. So, I mean, the climate changes all around me every day, all year round.
So we got mail carrier 29 among 7 killed in this Texas
Yes,
shooting
okay.
we're talking about. So Rampage, Postal
Yes, look at
Services
this.
announces. So what happened here? So
I
there's
just
one
came
today?
across this today. I mean, this is just another thing. A 29-year-old mail carrier was among 7 people killed when a gunman opened fire Saturday afternoon in West Texas. The law enforcement armed of the Post Service confirmed on Sunday. The United States Postal Inspected Service announced a statement. The Postal Service was shocked and saddened. The event occurred yesterday in Midland, Odessa area. Letter carrier, H29, kept her family thoughts. So it was 7 people killed total, and he had something to do with overtaking. The mail carrier was carjacked and murdered while working, according to the GoFundMe page created to help Grandos family with funeral expenses. So the mail carrier looks like it was overtaken, and this guy goes in a crazy rampage. And it says, check us out. Investigators said that the gunman, whom police did not identify, was acting alone when he killed 7 people ranging in age from 15 to 57 and injured at least 22 others, including 3 law enforcement agencies, 17-month-old girl with a AR-type weapon. This is the AR type weapon. Is kind of makes me feel weird when they say that. Let's see. I'm trying to see where it tells us what happened. It was did not kill the gunman outside a crowded movie theater. 2 victims where it finally came. But I thought they were saying he was like driving down or something like that.
Let me see.
So it's just crazy. I mean, it's the thing that's happening. There's chaos everywhere. Everywhere there's chaos, and so this is not only why is there now mass shootings happening every month now. Every month something is happening. Like, this is getting crazier and crazier. And why all of a sudden that these mass shootings that are coming back to back to back to back are now highlighting AR type weapons or AR platform style weapons or the AK platform style of rifles. And this is crazy. These things are being highlighted all the time, and this is coming back to back. This isn't normal that this is happening. Like you can think back to a lot of, you're making a statement about, the band UB40. If you remember this song,
if you remember Red Wine, UB40-ish.
Yeah. UB40-ish.
If you remember the song Red
remember...
Wine, UB40-ish.
Yeah, that's right. So when we were kids, we didn't hear about these massive shootings. I mean, when I was out in the lower LA when I was younger, you hear about drive-bys, and it was more gang violence, or on the border you have cartel violence, and you had those violences, but you didn't have random people in the normal blue collar type America. This just all of a sudden going crazy and shooting up 15 people and then killing themselves. Like this is like what we hear about, like the Al Qaeda, like way back in the day of the bombers going out there and trying to kill themselves. Oh, we saw movies about them driving, the kamikaze style airplanes and things of this nature. So it's like we have that idea, but why all of a sudden there's mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting? All of this stuff is literally ramping up towards the 2020 election. Now, is this isolated incident, or is it a coincidence that, how many mass shootings have we had in the last 30 days?
Yeah, no. About 2 or 3 maybe?
I was going to say, let's be generous. Number? Let's say mass shootings in the last 60 days. Check this out. Huh.
Probably won't be able to find that data straight up.
I know. Well, we're trying though. It'd be lovely. I don't know, out there we got a lot of you good patriots out there.
Yeah, some of them I remember. I can say 2 or 3, but here's a funny one. Antifa uncovered. Freaks. What does it say here? Let me get over it. Come on.
There's no pretty sight.
Freaks, hippies, weirdos, twerps, misfits, and not much diversity. Antifa unmasked is no pretty sight. So a recent slew of the mugshots shown of Antifa members shows why they hide behind the mask.
They got beaten hard with the ugly stick.
Oh,
hard.
Antifa domestic terrorism has been sweeping the country throughout the summer, particularly in Pacific Northwest, as usually masked assailants attack journalists, patriots, children, and anyone who stands in their way of extremist anti-American agenda. However, once they are apprehended and unmasked, they are all not also that scary. A recent series of mugshots of Antifa members shows that they are rather a non-diverse group of losers that one might expect to see panhandling on a street corner.
Losers.
Or attending an annual event of the Burning Man. Here you go, folks.
Oh my God.
Look at this. Look at this. This is Antifa. These are the low-life degenerate clowns fighting imaginary facets. I honestly thought that this was part of an ad for the dangers of meth use. They look like a bunch of burnt-out tweakers. Oh man, while Antifa members may be laughable, their coordinated acts of violence certainly are not. Journalist Andy Najayo suffered a brain bleed after he was hit in the head with a milkshake believed to be contain quick dry concrete, and dozens more have been viciously injured. This terror group is gang assaults.
Think about it. These people like pretty much look like just a hair above meth addicts. Just like they're probably high functioning meth addicts, or, well, I don't do meth, man. I'm on the speed now. I'm on real. And it's, look at this guy, the leftist propaganda. It's like it's just literally, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it really is a hoot, folks. It really, really is.
I got that list, by the way. Now this was not so much so leave 7 dead. Yeah, it's crazy. There's been see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pretty much 5 mass shootings within 40 days. Well, no, within 60 days. It's crazy. I mean, depending on, I think they're saying that, a mass shooting is what, like 5 or more now, or 4 or more. So
Yeah.
you had May 31st, Virginia Beach shooting. A man killed 12 people. You have July 28th, all 2019. You have the Gilroy Garlic Festival shooting. August 3rd, El Paso, Texas. August 4th, Dayton, Ohio. August 31st is the Midland, Texas shooting. We're talking about now. 7 people were injured, and 19 others are injured in the Interstate 20 shootout. So it's like, I mean, it's just 5 more. You look, if it was in a graph, if we would show you guys an actual graph of what we're seeing here in lists of, like, okay, we had it set up, it would be literally like a hockey stick. It'd come up just in the last 3 months. It goes zoop, like the highest it's ever been and the most casualties. I mean, August 3rd, 22 people. 22 people. I mean, the last time that they, we're talking those kind of numbers, they tell us was like, we're talking, the Douglas High School, where they said 17, 18 were killed in 2017. But of course the whole Las Vegas, Nevada. So they tell us, 59 people died. So I mean, we're talking, is this more propaganda? Is it going to come out this, this person had he had certain issues and he was on medication, and he was seeing a therapist right before.
Thing with all these shooters is, you look into it, they got, they're on medication, they're seeking treatment, they all complain of voices in their heads. And then we look into these smartphones, and they're being beamed into possibly, and then they're talking about hearing voices, and even the wife or girlfriend or whatever they possibly have sleeping in that same room isn't hearing this because, it's tuned into them, and they got the special pill possibly.
Frequency warfare is a real thing, and that's, like, oh, I've never heard of it. They're okay just because you've never really experienced it. I mean, we all experience some of it under high power lines. Some people, when you're under high power lines for too long, hey, you get a little headache or your eyes hurt. Yeah. Okay, you're more sensitive than others. I mean, that's we're not talking about anything that's that's occurring right now in front of us, but sometimes you can direct that energy at times for devices as small as your phone. So it happens, but hey, this is where you like we're talking about these storms in this area. You preparation favors victory. So if you think your phone's doing something, throw it in a metal box and you're good to go. Yes. Simple, put it in a Faraday cage. If you don't know what a Faraday cage is, look one up and create a Faraday cage, and maybe you'll feel better. I did that to my smart meter, and instantly I had slept way better.
Yeah, I'm having some issues here.
Jack Rooney says 33 dead Phoenix offense. Yeah. Phew. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's
there. That's why. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Last was Vegas without van shot, 2 framed psyop. It was. It's crazy. I mean, this is why it's. We hate to say it, but there is loss of life. It does happen during these false flag operations. In fact, that is. It's like, well, then there's no difference from it. Why is it a false flag versus him doing it anyways? People are still going to die. It's still going to happen. So why are you're almost like, it's almost like they feel like you're downplaying the horror or the tragedy of what happened. And that's actually not the case. You almost wish it was a isolated case of an isolated incident with an individual that was sick, and that individual didn't get the proper help, wasn't taken care of, and it was a very isolated situation. Could be understandable. But when you start having 5 and 6 mass shootings, we're talking high numbers.
Well, it's like the
within a
last
matter of
13
60 days.
are, the last 13 we've had over the last 5-6 years, 13, 14, what do they have in common? We talk about it. It's therapy, it's pills, it's hearing voices they complained of. There's lots of reoccurring issues over lots of different shooters, very much similar. And it's like, we got to get to the root cause of that. What is the root cause of that? Is it, this systematic, targeting of individuals and, that are kind of weak-minded, that are already a foot in the door, maybe seeking treatment, I don't know. There's lots of research that can be done into that. It's interesting. And I can't get anything back up on the screen. I don't know what's going on.
The video, while I was looking at that, I was like, I didn't know.
Well, I just, for some reason, vMix is kind of froze up on me. But it's working. We can hear. I can mess with every other screen, but I can't mess with this one. So I'm working on it.
It's it's the information, folks. It's the information that we're trying to get out.
I'm trying. I am trying.
But I was going to say, look into Faraday cage, that kind of stuff, and at least for your small devices. But I mean, the biggest thing is when you're delving into any of this stuff, it's like, we know HARP exists. It's been around since the 50s, 60s, something like that. This is 2019, looking at 2020. That's that 1960s that was decades ago. That technology is almost like they want us to talk about HARP. Why? Well, because it's in the open, everybody knows about it. Do you think it's really secret? No, just like Area 51 is. That's a secret. So where they keep all the alien stuff that doesn't exist. No, if they did, you wouldn't know about it. It's not Area 51. That's not a secret anymore. Some of these logical things we're talking about. It's like, once upon a time they were in operation doing who knows what, and that was in the 60s, 70s, and maybe in the 80s, and they may store stuff in there now, but it's like, they got stuff out there. Well, Simone Ellis, Legacy Truths, wouldn't your microwave be like a Faraday cave? Well, if it wasn't turned on, yes, I would see to a certain degree, but except for the front door. Faraday cage needs a complete contact of metal. And now you're talking microwaves, so the smaller the opening between the metal gaps, the better, because it's microwaves, not like radio waves, which are really big and tall and like, a wall can block them, but microwaves can get through that. But no, a Faraday cage, look into that. It's pretty crazy things you can do for protecting yourself and your loved ones from even just micro radiation from your phones. It's at a super low level, but even if you get into the back of your phones and you read your legal terms and agreements, it'll tell you, and the safety of your phone, to keep it at least 5 or so millimeters or centimeters away from your skin, because it could heat it up.
Faraday cage or a Faraday shield, it's basically for
it's a shield of sorts,
electromagnetic fields, folks. All right, that's the big thing. So it's going to be a continuous covering of conductive material, or in a case of Faraday cage.
Even if something. So Danuta comments is a foil-lined insulation in walls. Yeah. There you go. That's a metal. That's simple, straightforward. Hey, that's where the whole tinfoil hat came from, by the way, people. If you ever want to know the origin, like, I wear the tinfoil hat. What do you mean tinfoil hat? Well, because tinfoil is what? What is it made of? Not aluminum, it's made of tin. That's why it's called tin foil. Aluminum foil is made up of aluminum, right? Yeah. So depending on what kind of foil you have.
Inside of these Faraday cages, folks, if you're inside of these, You can, block things from the outside getting into you, but also you can be inside of them and use it to not let anything get out that you're dealing with, other than, if you're got a port way, if you're messing with. So it says here, like this little, Faraday cages are also used to enclose devices that produce RFI, such as radio transmitters, to prevent their radio waves from interfering with nearby sensitive equipment. They are also used to protect people and equipment against actual electric currents, such as lightning strikes or, electrostatic discharges, since the encasing cage conducts current around the outside of the enclosed space and none passes through the interior. So that's important to keep in mind as well.
Yeah, I mean, I tell people it's something as simple as, around here we have a lot of pole barns. When you go in your pole barn, your phone doesn't work. Oh my gosh, it's no cell service. It's a big giant metal box. And then you step out and you got service. You can take that and make it really big or really small. And, also we know that they're playing with that kind of stuff, and they've been doing that for a while. It can translate to weather. It can translate to low on TV shows, and you're just sitting there at that delta or beta level of just sucking in TV, and just kind of, the alpha waves are going, or whatever they call them. So you're kind of like, just sitting there, just zoned out to the TV. Your mind is ripe and mushy enough for the brainwashing to commence. So we don't know. There's a lot of good stuff to get into. I mean, obviously, we talked about the hurricane coming in. That's crazy chaos. These amount of mass shootings, which is just getting crazier and crazier. And it seems like the main goal for these, deep state or dark evil people is like they're going for that magic 100 kills in one false flag, because it just seems like they're just trying to amp it up, make a little more, and it's just crazy, man. Be aware of your surroundings, people, and speak softly, but carry a big stick.
Yeah.
The Woodman.
A Woodman up in the house. Let me see here.
Airborne. Yeah, no, Woodman. It's got V-Mix did a little something. And the video's down, so we're just a rocking and a rolling, trying not to be bop or a ranning,
Yeah, we're just making do. This is a blackout series, part of our special Sunday night. Just joking.
I want you guys to focus on just the comments,
just
and
the
ticker
words,
tape up top.
Just the voice and the message.
Dark to light, 6-string gunner. I like that. I'm a little 6-string samurai myself.
Now, who's all planning on coming to the old Patriot Fest, by the way? It was called Freedom Fest. We've changed the name, folks, to
the
Patriot Fest. It's more unique. It's more for you. It's more for me. It's the good stuff.
Something like that. Oh, yeah, Patriot Fest.
Patriot
because it really does
Fest.
encapsulate what we are and you are and all of us are about.
Yes.
It doesn't. And we like veterans. We're giving cause. We're giving cause to some of the Patriot Riders. There is going to be the annual American Freedom Ride, or the American Freedom Ride for the riders coming up in there. So it's going to be pretty cool.
It's the 9th annual American Freedom Ride, first annual Patriot Fest, August of 2020, in Bristol, Indiana, at the Bristol American Legion Post 143. August of 2020. We will give you that date here within the next month, if not sooner.
Woodman, throw up a comment of the Bristol American Legion Post 143. Come on, put up an address up there.
Do something.
Throw it up there, Woodman.
Come on, man.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. You can do it. Put your back into it.
Put them fingers on the keyboard
Bristol,
into it.
Indiana, 46507.
So,
American Legion Post 143. Something like that. No, it is. So there you go.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome. There you go. There you go. Patriot Tech.
Patriot Tech.
Mike's on it.
So, okay, let me see here.
Oh, it's going to be great, man. The thing is, and Mike, we were talking in Garage Talk, and here's the thing: is we don't know what's going to happen between right now when we're speaking to you and in August of next year. We don't know what's going to be happening in the way of the whole Q thing. What's that going to pan out to be? There's so much that could happen in the next year, and so this is why that we kind of really decided to start promoting the flag retirement ceremony that's hosted by the Bristol American Legion Post 143, the Charles Harker Post, the Patriot Hour, and all of us can be a part of it, and we're going to be teaming up together. A lot of the proceeds are going to be going towards a lot of great benefits, and it's just going to be a good old Patriot time, good old American time, family time. And so whatever happens with the channel, whatever happens, we're going to be throwing down the next August of 2020. It's just going to be great. Exactly. I believe EO2 Dave was going to be coming on down there for sure. Amy the Mod's going to be there. We'll have a little something special for the mods. So we're definitely excited about it, to get out there and get something rocking and rolling no matter what happens.
I agree.
And you can see, as we were trying to bring in some new technology, we told you guys that we got some new gear in the studio, and we're trying to be doing lots of dry runs. Look at it's not even for almost over a year, almost under a year away, and we're already bringing in little pieces of equipment. We're going to try work the bugs out now. You can even see, we're trying to bring in new technology, and boom, it kind of something didn't like on the video, and instead of cutting it, we're still rocking and rolling, talking to you guys, because that's just how it is, man. That's what you guys are about, and we'll give it to you for sure.
Yes, we're going to be doing lots of tech, behind, we're going to be running some basic testing, and you guys will be able to join in on those anytime you see us go live here. That's what we're doing. And we'll probably cover a couple events at the Legion here in the near future. You guys can beam into those as well, because we're going to be preparing. So we hope to see a lot of you in August face-to-face for the first time. Like we've said, no agendas, just a great time. Music, there's going to be
good food. I'm probably going to be posting up
good time.
The food we had here at the Legion picnic, which was just awesome.
Legion will provide. For
sure. I know you local DAV, your VFW, all these little local establishments. You'd be surprised, man. They may look like little hole in the walls, but man, they will take care of you.
There's nothing here, Melody. It's funny. That isn't working like the gear wise. I'm not sure. If I actually just moved some monitors around in the last 3-4 days, and I just did it again before this show. Plugged in a brand new monitor that I haven't used, and I might have a cord that popped loose, or I don't know.
Hey. It's been a crazy weekend for all involved. At least we're here. EO2 Dave, what is up? Going up on there, I see him. Yep, it's a face thing. Maybe Q will come to Bristol. I'm telling you what, if anybody out there, the 181 watching right now,
Trump,
if you know about the Trump
186, I'm showing 186.
There you go. Nice.
200 just dropped. 184.
If anybody knows Trump campaign manager or who's ever doing that, let them know that
get in touch.
The American Legion and the riders, we will all graciously welcome the Commander-in-Chief to the Patriot Fest and flag retirement. Which, by the way, we do need a moderator to inspect the flags before the actual retirement. And I'll tell you what, Mr. President, that would be mighty fine and mighty gentlemanly of you to come on down and inspect our flags before they do a retirement and we lay them to rest. Just putting it out there,
That's funny. Yeah, no, we are
it kind of gives a feel a little bit when we're talking about we're also talking about expanding here coming up, after we're focused on this this festival, of course. But we're wanting to get into some radio as well. And that's what this kind of feels like right now, because I'm not really trying to get all postured to look at the camera and whatnot. I'm kind of kicking back. Got a nice little bit of iced tea in the mason jar here. So it kind of feels like a little radio broadcast, if you will, which is awesome.
Yeah, I like it. I'm loving it. No, I don't. I mean, I'm going to have to, I don't know even how I'm going to shut the live stream down because I can't click on vMix. I'm hoping something gives here once
It's almost like have to do a little power cycle to the machine.
Yes. That's what I'm going to, yeah. But that doesn't shut down the live stream because that happened on my phone one time. I went live and then my phone died and then I got it plugged in, turned it back on, and the live stream was still going. So it's like, whoa, you have to actually shut it down. So I could probably use my phone. But no, I'll probably come back here in a little bit. A live show a little bit later, folks. Something maybe not too long, around 9 o'clock.
Yeah, gotta put the
chitlins
to bed and
few minutes. And yeah, what else do you have to say about the August 2020 Patriot Fest, Ben? Any good advice?
Well, the key thing is, I mean, if you guys, those of you who are watching and who are going to watch this, if you're serious about coming, and it's definitely going to be a family event. The ride it's pretty much chaperoned, and the local sheriff comes out. They do the whole tour in through town. It's beautiful. I would, start planning your August vacation now, and start seeing that. What are you guys going to do? You're gonna come out. You're gonna stay at a hotel. Come do the day thing. You want to rent an RV. You have an RV. You got a tent. You want to come out. You want to overnight it. Start doing this kind of stuff now, because no matter what happens, for good, for bad, whatever our country is, you still can come out and celebrate their flag retirement, be a patriot. No matter what happens, you can still love your country, love your countrymen and women, and love the people who served your country and people who are still serving, because there'll be a lot of active duty and reservists, people who are still serving our country out there as well. A lot of veterans families, and of course Mike and I, Woodman, and we're a lot of us veterans will be there as well. So it's like a slice of American pie, and that's what it is, and we're going to be having it out there in Bristol at the American Legion Post 143, and it's going to be a good time. We're going to have the the 80-foot or 100-foot American flag out there. It's beautiful, up flying high and free. So whatever happens, we're going to be there representing, and we would love for you guys to come and represent and enjoy this awesome ceremony and this Patriot Festival with us.
Yes, I agree. It's going to be a great time, folks. If you're going to be able to attend, again, as we get closer and closer, we're going to be talking about this quite a bit. So no rush. We just want to keep talking about it. It's going to be a tradition. It's going to be the first annual. If we're going to do more in the future, that'll be up to you guys as we come and get together and we decide together and make decisions together about the next annual, So the first annual, we're just going to keep it.
Yeah, the first annual, there's a real small core group of people who are doing all the heavy lifting. And then there's an outer shell of people who are doing that, and we're trying to just gauge. That's the one thing. If you guys are planning to come out, we'll see it in the future. Sooner than later, we'll be putting stuff out. There's going to be a special email you most likely will be emailing to for reservations or something of this nature, getting a hold of the Bristol Legion. We'll be working with the commander down there as well. So, again, when we start telling you where to call, when to call, how to call, and who to call, you know what to be doing, and all the who to what's and that's and the.
All right. Well, I think we'll shut this down. I don't know if Ben will be able to join back later this evening.
Yeah, no, later on we'll put the boys down to bed. It's a school night, or it's coming up, getting ready for school night. So
nope, it's basically, I know most people are off tomorrow for working wise.
Labor Day,
the retail, you might have to work because there's all the big specials going on. But other than that, it's Labor Day, so we'll kick back and enjoy this. maybe do another late night live kickoff around 9:30 something, and go for a half hour to an hour.
Yes.
We'll see.
The bugs figured out, so we can get that.
Yes, we'll hopefully get this figured
Late
out so we
night,
can
get
show a
right.
few more things and do a little late night, get you right, get you set.
And maybe a couple call-ins. We'll see how we juice it
Yeah.
up. And, we're not trying to do all doom and gloom. We definitely want to hear what you Patriots have to say. And a lot of you mods, we haven't talked to you mods for a while. And I know, Amy, you guys are doing the Patriot Lounge and kicking that off.
Yeah, maybe we can get
doing that as well.
Amy to call in or something, or maybe Simone. She's got some good stuff to talk about. She came across a good article. I was listening into the Patriot Lounge. She called in, and it was something on Twitter, and it named off all of us as Patriots with a Y, and they were breaking it down, knowing that, that's not what it's about. We do this. You guys, tons of you out there have watched us from day one and never paid $1. Because we are 100%
that's the beauty
free.
of it.
If you want to donate a little,
some of these people,
more than welcome. If you don't have to. You're always going to get the information. Now, on the Patriot Hour, I turned on the monetization to play a game with YouTube to see. And, of course, you guys have seen it being played. We are demonetized. We are shadow banned. Everything's yellow. It's been yellow for 3 months now, and nothing goes green, even if I dispute. So, hey, look, there's Chris Stockton. Okay, what did I miss? Chris, the biggest thing that you missed, we'll be back about 9:30ish, probably for an hour or so, which for your time, I believe you're California, it'll be a little earlier, 6:37 or whatever.
6-7, yeah, sometime in that time. And by the way, Chris, we're talking about the Patriot Fest in the August 2020.
Fest.
You need to get yourself from out there to down our neck of the woods and see how some Patriots get together and get down.
Yes. Pray for
those in the southeast getting hit by the hurricane. It's coming. It's going. Who knows what's going to happen?
No super chat here. No super chat here, guys. Sorry. So.
We're
that's what Simone was like. I just saw that. Yeah. No super chat. Yeah, pray for all the victims. Pray for all the people that are in the path of this Cat 5. And if you guys have a chance to get out of there to be safe, do it. Don't. There's no standing.
Do what you gotta do. Do what a patriot would do. If it's hunkered down, board up, and protect yours and yours. You do the best you got to do, man.
I see Randy Cook in the room. What's up, Randy?
What up?
Yes, we're just getting ready to shut this one down. We'll be back here in a few hours. We're experiencing little technical difficulties with the black screen. We don't know, but
Sawmill, we don't know. Yep, Jack Rooney, we'll be out. You guys are awesome, man. God bless. We'll see you later on tonight.
All right, we'll see you here.